What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jon Moxley should apologize, WWE is really upset with NXT, a Wyatt family reunion, WWE rejects a superstar's release, have AEW secretly signed a former WWE star, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Jon Moxley should be apologizing. Topping today's news are some controversial comments from WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray. Ray is coming under fire after making what some see as clueless comments about AEW star Jon Moxley and how he should have handled his return. Moxley returned to AEW television after taking time off for an inpatient alcohol abuse treatment. However, Dudley criticized Moxley's promo, noting on Busted Open Radio, "I did enjoy that they started off with Moxley. They came out with a bang. People were ready for it and Moxley said what he needed to say. However, I would have liked to have heard just a little bit of accountability from Jon." He continued saying, "I just would have loved to have heard a little bit of accountability. I don't know if I'm sorry is necessarily the right word, but maybe endear yourself a little bit to the crowd if you felt you let them down. This is coming from me, the hard ass of all hard asses. Personally, if it was me in the same situation, the first thing I would have said is, guys, I'm sorry if I let you down. I think that would have been the proper thing to do." Now, a number of fans were upset with Dudley's remarks, with Twitter user Mr. Nimbus blasting Dudley saying, "Now that I've heard the comments, Bully Ray's take on Jon Moxley is absolute ass. Why would he owe the fans an apology for taking care of his personal problems? Stupidish all around." Melissa1125 tweeted, "Bully Ray saying that Moxley should have issued an apology for the fans for letting us down is the worst take I've ever heard." What do you think of Bubba Ray's comment? Do you think Moxley should have apologized? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE Upset with NXT. The WWE has made radical changes to NXT, transforming it into NXT 2.0, a brand that focuses on talent that is young and often larger than life. However, is the company happy with the results? Well, according to WrestleVotes, that's not the case. Internally, WWE is said to be disappointed with NXT 2.0 in its first 4 months. Source said they thought more fans would gravitate towards the newer stars quicker than they have. Could it just be too much too fast? Either way, I don't expect any changes to the concept just yet. NXT's ratings haven't improved significantly, despite the show having no wrestling competition on Tuesday nights. Given the fact that Vince McMahon made the changes, don't expect the notoriously stubborn McMahon to change his new vision for NXT, as he's not known for admitting his mistakes. Next up, a Wyatt family reunion. Could wrestling fans see a reunion of former Wyatt family members Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, and Eric Rowan, aka Adam Scherr, Wyndham Rotunda, and Eric Redbeard respectively? That question was brought up during Scherr's appearance on Control Your Narrative Faction's weekly podcast. Ringside News' Michael Perry noted Scherr and Redbeard are appearing at an indie show on 22nd February and that the topic of a reunion came up during the podcast. Adam was discussing a series of fan videos on YouTube that promoted the fictional return of Bray Wyatt at the show. Here, the YouTuber flashed a graphic of Eric Redbeard and I versus Enzo and Bubba Ray Dudley this weekend in Poughkeepsie for Northeast Wrestling. So friend or foe, wind up, show up, come to Poughkeepsie? Answer your damn phone, anything. You want these hands? Come and get them. You want to be my brother? Come on. I'm sure Eric would love to see you as well as the rest of the wrestling universe, so yeah, there's that. A Wyatt family reunion would be huge, but one would think an indie promoter would hype such a return rather than keeping it a surprise. While rumor has it Wyndham is working on a film project, might he pop in to surprise the fans? Next up, WWE holding off on a tag team split. As WWE stepping back from its rumored plans to split the father and son team of Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, they've been planting seeds on television with Dominic's inexperience and over-exuberance sometimes costing the Mysterios win and Rey admonishing his son. However, Dave Meltzer commented that the WWE seems to have dropped the angle building up to the split. We're not so sure, as the WWE sometimes takes its time breaking up teams, hinting that things are fine, only to shock fans, or at least attempt to shock them with a breakup out of nowhere. With the Royal Rumble right around the corner and Rey reminding Dominic that it's every man for himself, Dominic could finally lose it, leading to the WWE pulling the trigger on a feud which leads into WrestleMania 38. Do you think Rey and Dominic are gonna feud, and if so, when? Next up, have AEW secretly signed a former WWE superstar? Now, there's interesting news concerning AEW secretly signing a former WWE superstar. Dave Meltzer revealed in this week's Wrestling Observer that the company is marketing a new Marina Shafir AEW t-shirt on its website, but has not announced Shafir as signing a full-time contract. Shafir is currently married to NXT 2.0 star Roderick Strong, worked in the WWE for 3 years until a release in June of 2021. She's appeared on AEW Dark, and the company's decision to market her t-shirt has some speculating she's signed, or at least will sign soon. What do you think of the new signing? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE rejects a superstar's release request. It looks like the WWE isn't ready to grant Mustafa Ali's request. Dave Meltzer reported on the situation on this week's Observer, saying, Mustafa Ali, aka Adil Alam 35, publicly asked for his release on 16th January. He was turned down his request. His last match was on 29th October. An interesting note is that he did exactly 0 house show matches in 2021. Meltzer noted that Daniel Bryan was a big supporter of Ali back when Daniel worked in WWE Creative. However, Ali has never received a sustained push, and as we noted earlier this week, Ali rejected a character change proposed by Mr. McMahon. A rumor has it that Ali got into a heated backstage argument with Mr. McMahon, which more than likely led to his release request. Well, what do you think is next for Mustafa Ali? Is he going to be stuck in the WWE for the next couple of years? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Vince wanted an Attitude Era team to get married. Well, last but not least, Mr. McMahon has had some really crazy concepts make it to the WWE television, but fans know there have been some wilder works that didn't even make it. But now former WWE superstar Scott Garland, aka Scotty 2 Hotty, is sharing a story of the time Vinnie Mac told him and tag team partner Grandmaster Sexay that they wanted him to get married. Scott recently appeared on Talk is Jericho, revealing the conversation he had with WWE's head honcho all the way back in '98. He comes up to us, and I barely had a conversation with him since coffee at Wrestlemania, and he said, tag teams come and go over the years, but we've never seen tag teams come together for life. I want to do a wedding where you guys marry each other on Monday Night Raw. We'll have all the other guys on the outside in tuxedos clapping. Scotty's Too Much partner, as the team would later be renamed Too Cool, apparently balked. Brian just wouldn't do it. He'd wrestled for his dad in Memphis for years and years and had a solid paycheck there, so I'm sure he had a backup if he had to go back there. Vince McMahon would see his wish fulfilled when the ambiguously gay duo of Billy and Chuck announced their intention to enter into a lifelong partnership on SmackDown. However, the ceremony never concluded, as Billy and Chuck revealed that their act was a publicity stunt which had gone too far, something which didn't go over well with GLAAD, aka the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, which had thrown its support for what they thought was a then groundbreaking commitment ceremony. What do you think of the storyline though? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.